Hey, welcome back to Saturday with Cindy. I hope you liked my exercise video last week. I'm so glad we sped it up so you didn't see the details. It was a lot of fun. So this week I am now presenting the second half of the super long one I did where I showed a video of my makeup demonstration and answered a bunch of your questions. So I'm going to continue here as promised. Today I've got a big piece of typing paper. So I'm going to show you, it's side lighting now, okay? My vanity's over there. So I have turned now and there is less light. So this side of my face is in shadow. Well, I can take this piece of paper and fill the shadow with reflected light from the paper. So when there's no shadows, there's no texture. When there's shadow, there's texture. So that's why they call it beauty light. When it's above you and in front of you, it fills all the shadow and you don't see the texture. But as soon as the light is raking across your face, then you see the texture. And so we're never in this perfect beauty light all the time. Look at that, what happens. Isn't that cool? So I was showing you how a piece of white paper or a white tablecloth, always the best lighting in a restaurant is make sure you have a big white tablecloth or put your white napkin on the plate. Anyway, it fills. It fills in the shadow. So when they're lighting me and they bring out the Phil card, I always say, "Oh, Phil, I love Phil. He's my best friend." Anyway, just a good thing to know. I get so into these video sessions that I get so enthusiastic to start them, and I think I'm just going to do a test. And I realized I have not even combed my hair since I woke up this morning. But I wanted to start with the questions that you sent in. From Stacy, are USA women harder on themselves than from other countries? Well, to tell you the truth, most of the women, models, girls that I've met from other countries have a little more realistic point of view about their cosmetics and their beauty care. But I don't know if any women anywhere in the world get to experience what men do. Do men run around with makeup on? Do they have to run and get their hair done before they go out? No. Women are seen differently than men. And the pressure of society is a totally different thing than it is with men. So I would say all women from all over the world experience what women in America do. Maybe on a different level, different intensity, but I think it's similar. Okay, can you cover dark under eye circles with makeup? Final word. Yes, you can cover them up, but you will add lots of texture. Norma, did you ever have fillers or plastic surgery? How old is your honey and what does he do? I have never had fillers, plastic surgery. I would never, ever, ever do it. I do not judge women that do. I totally get it. I totally understand. I am very compassionate for that position. If it makes you feel better, you will look better, not because of the fillers, but because you feel better. So, just make sure you're careful, you do your research, check your motivations, etc. My honey was a contractor. He's a builder. Puts on his tool belt and he works on my house. I love it. And he's now semi-retired, but he produces so much. I mean, he's a woodworker, so he works on a lathe, so he's always down in the basement making beautiful bowls. And he's a gardener. He has created the most beautiful garden at my house I can ever imagine. And we are not getting married July 7th. That was the plan, and we've decided to push it because that big fat baby of ours, that 2-year-old called Boom, is demanding way too much attention. All right. What month is your birthday? My birthday is January 26, 1951. I'm an Aquarius with an Aries rising, a Virgo moon. My Venus is in Aquarius, and my Jupiter is in Pisces. Yeah. Um, have you ever been married before? Yes, I was married when I was 18 years old and a California flower child, barefoot and pregnant. We were going to go homestead in Canada and live off the land. You know the deal. Okay, what size do you wear? Well, it depends on how much I weigh. I almost got up to a size 8. I'm barely 5'7". Right now I'm a 6. I just went to True North Health Education Center in Santa Rosa and was there for 3 weeks and did a 4-day water fast and a 8-day juice fast. So I lost some extra weight and I yo-yo. I think I'm typical. I yo-yo about 15 pounds up and down, so I go from 128 to 140, but I'd say my average weight is about 132. Let's see, what kinds of exercise do you do? My exercise routine has changed my entire life. I've been to gyms, done the gym thing. I did Tai Chi for a long time. I did yoga for a long time. I used to think there was something wrong with me because I couldn't stick to one discipline and stick with it forever. And then I realized as long as I'm moving, it's okay. I took belly dancing for a while. I love African drums. I had a jump rope for the last 2 years, and I would just get up and do 100 jumps in the middle of a work day because I've never sat in front of a computer before. But now that I've created this business, I've been doing that for the last 2 years. I started working out with Vadim, my fitness trainer. I was paying him. It made sense. I could write it off because I was modeling. Now I'm not modeling as much, but he and I made a deal, so now he works me out in trade for me being in his exercise videos. Have I taken advantage of it? Hardly, because I've been so busy. I mean, morning till night, and I'm loving it, but I'm finally getting back, and I'm going today at 1 o'clock. And he does kettlebells. He switches it up all the time. I pull straps. I do push-ups. I, do all kinds of things on the balls. I think that it's just a matter of moving. Keep moving. Do aerobic, strength, and flexibility. You're only as healthy as one aspect of. I'm not describing this well. You have to eat well. You have to be emotionally and psychologically healthy, spiritually healthy, stimulate your intellect, do weight-bearing exercises. That is what keeps osteoporosis at bay. Flexibility. So you can be strong but not very flexible, or you can be super flexible and not doing a lot of aerobics. You got to do it all. Do it all. Okay. What is your faith? I was raised nothing, so I kind of played around. I've been to Jewish temples, Catholic churches, Buddhist temples. I did a lot of experimenting in high school and after that, and I've sort of made up my own spiritual beliefs, and I know that will never be privy to what the real answers are, so I have faith that it's all being taken care of. I didn't plan on coming here, and whatever brought me here is going to take me away, so I trust that. All right, that was all from Norma. So now, Elizabeth, have you had any children? Yes, I have an absolutely amazing son, Bo Joseph, who is an abstract painter. He is 42 years old. He was born in Berkeley, California. And his sister, who's 4.5 years younger than him, Julia Joseph, who is a remarkable singer and songwriter, is 38 years old. They both live in New York City, and they're really incredible people. And I had very little to do with it, I will tell you that. Okay, let's see. Stay-at-home moms seem to be thought less of. Yeah, that's true, but we just have to think well of ourselves, and society will follow that. Susan, struggling at 56 with kids, marriage, house. I feel I missed the boat. It's too late. Don't know how to stop feeling I did not get what I wanted out of life. Well, that is very entertaining. We can drive ourselves nuts with that stuff, but if you look at how you lived your life and you realize you had a lot of choices and the choices you made were right, hindsight is interesting. You know, there's no such thing as guilt unless you judge a past time experience with a present time point of view. So your point of view at every point in your life was right, and you made the right choice. And you still have lots and lots of time to do all kinds of great things. If you're not healthy, get healthy. If you're not happy, get happy. It's up to us. We are in the driver's seat of our lives. You know, we climb in the car, we pick out the car we want, we get in the driver's seat, we start driving, and then we jump in the back seat and go, help, help, oh my God, life is terrible. What's happening to me? And we play victim. And we're not victims. We are not victims unless we choose to be. All right, cowgirl. Sunscreen before or after Boom Silk? Always confused. Sunscreen is to keep a coating on your skin that will filter the UVA, UVB, UV rays. If you put on your moisturizer and coat your skin with it, then you're protecting your skin from the chemicals in your sunscreen. Moisturizer first, sunscreen second. Aunt BJ, how often do you water fast and for how long? I would like to water fast once a year. I practiced that for about 4 or 5 years. The last 2 years I didn't do it at all, the last 3 years. So that's why I did one this year. And the longest one I ever did was 26 days. I will never do that again. I think it's growing up in the 50s, growing up with processed food. I wanted to clean out all my organs and everything, and that's why I did that. It was very intense, very confronting, very difficult. True North Health Center in Santa Rosa, California is amazing. And that's that. Okay. What color was your hair before you went gray? My hair was medium brown, a little ashy, and if it was in the sun a lot, it would go a little warmer and get slightly blonde highlights. I am blonde. Silver gray makes it look dirty. What should I do? Well, makes it look dirty. That's interesting. There's no such thing as silver or gray hair. There's only all the colors. Hair comes in and white. When white is mixed in, it has a silver look to it. But this is white mixed with, and then I still have a little of the blonde from them bleaching it for that Nivea campaign. Nina's, not quite sure how to pronounce your name. A male friend said, don't go gray because men will think I am grandma material. What are your thoughts on that? I want to be a grandmother so bad. I want my kids to have kids. Grandma material. Okay. Grandmother has nothing to do with what we're talking about. We're talking about an image of a little old lady with a bun and her hair and her glasses like this, and past a certain age that represents sexuality and sensuality. I say screw them. Jeez. Any man that is thinking in terms of grandma material and thinking that's negative, I don't know. I wouldn't want to date him. So I think maybe your friend, your male friend that said that, you know, he's being honest. That's a big subject. Maybe we'll deal with that one later. Love to know about your health routine, diet, and how you do water fasting. Always water fast with doctors and professionals. What fasting is amazing. I'm going to do a whole Saturday with Cindy on that. I eat a plant-based diet. I am vegan, but I don't eat Coca-Cola and potato chips. I eat whole, ripe fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, and seeds. Have I eaten meat? Yes. Have I done chicken and fish and fowl and all that? Yes. I've experimented from birth on with diet. And if you really do your research and you experiment, the healthiest diet for all human beings is plant-based. If you're going to eat anything with a hoof, a fin, or a fin or a wing, make sure it was slaughtered correctly and it was raised with proper food, fresh air. If you're going to eat the flesh of an animal, that was not given a healthy diet, you're eating all those antibiotics and growth hormones and everything. And the way they treat animals in these factory farms is absolutely horrific. I just don't want to be any part of that. So if all of a sudden I get some craving for a juicy steak, I will go get grass-fed, small farm, etc., etc. But the more you stay away from it, the less you crave it, like anything. So now my big thing is staying away from salt, oil, and any type of sugars. And I'm talking honey, Himalayan salt, and the best olive oil from Italy. It's just pure fat. So away with it all. And it's really difficult. Okay, vaginal dryness. Jane offers information. Okay, vaginal dryness is something that you can get because you're sick. You could be young or old. A lot of women relate it to menopause. So if you consider that you have vaginal dryness from menopause, you just slap on whatever makes you feel good and gets you nice and juicy. And guess what? Boom Silk will do the trick. It's amazing. It is amazing personal lubricant. Try it. Now, Boom Silk has honey in it. Honey is perfectly good for you. It has olive oil in it. Well, if you're going to put olive oil in your mouth, you can certainly put it in other openings of your body. I am going to make a personal lubricant for you. And I'm going to make it without the honey, because if you have a tendency to get yeast infections, vaginal yeast infections, probably not a good idea to put sugar in there. So, hold tight. But you can certainly use this now. I do. It's great. It's fabulous. And it will take care of the situation. All right. Laura, nutrition, detox, juicing diets. Okay, we covered that. Teresa, how do you get your hair so shiny? Keratin treatment, shampoo and conditioner. I don't do any of that. I use a shampoo and conditioner by USANA. It's a line of products called Sensei. You can go to their website, or you can get it through a distributor. It's sold like Shackley and Amway and that type of thing. I discovered it 13 years ago, and I have continued to use it. I love it. My hair is really fine and really soft, so I think that creates a certain amount of shine as well. But it's very light, so it doesn't weigh my hair down. So I'm going to get through more of these questions, but I think this is getting a little long, and I don't want to bore anybody. So there you go. Let me know what you think, and stay tuned, because I'm coming back next Saturday.